All right. Hey guys, what's going on? So today, just gonna hang out for a little while, chat. Got some real life stuff to get to today, so I won't be around too long. But yeah, we'll just kind of. Hey Hub. And for any of you watching the stream, feel free to join up on our Discord. Hang out there and answer some questions. What do you think of the tank farm for Warlocks in PvP? Yeah, it's gonna be. I mean, it's gonna be really strong. Obviously, we'll have to see how things play out over time and just balance-wise and everything. I don't know though. I'm not sure how strong it's gonna be. I'm sure it's gonna be strong, but I don't know how like how strong at 25. I feel like later in the game it's gonna be even stronger. This feels really like weird or different. We're actually into Honored with Warsong Gulch finally. Played enough Warsong. Has to get nerfed before 60 instant searing pains with 500% armor and soul link and perma drain life. Yeah, I mean it does seem pretty strong. We'll see what they do with it. I don't know. I don't know how they plan to like allow that to just stay in the game like that, so. Where did our team go? Kind of all over the place. Mages got a nerf to their healing already. They'll probably address the Warlocks, unfortunately. Yeah, I mean that just shows that Blizzard's trying things out. With the mage changes already, you see that they understood something was kind of broken and they addressed it. So even if things kind of feel off phase one, I'm sure they're kind of gonna address things as time goes on. Okay, we're gonna stream for. This is the plan, guys. We're streaming for 2 hours for as long as my flask lasts for. We'll have a flask up for PvP. Perfect time to pop it too. Right when we're gonna die. Pretty sure they'll bounce around PvE, and PvP will be mostly the Wild Wild West. But who knows? Yeah, I could see them doing that. They have already stated that, you know, Classic has never been a balanced game, so I get that. But how much health does this guy have? Hee. Discord link is right there, Aaron. I have some news in terms of guild stuff, so share that with people. Oh, this is gross, dude. I've never flasked in PvP before, I just never felt like it was really worth it, but this is pretty hilarious. Here we go. No! Don't ruin my fun. Ugh. Never been so hard to choose a main to play. Yeah, SOD is just like, does that to people. It's been really hard for me to not see the other classes and be super, kind of jealous of a lot of their kit. Just level them all to 25, then filter some out with each phase. Yeah, that's definitely a possible way to do it. Oh my gosh, Oh my gosh, 2k damage non-crit? Are you kidding me? That damage is so gross. Like that, like I have like 4k health. That's 2 lightning bolts, basically. Also, I mean, they were probably in Berserker stance. So like... Gosh. Sorry. Tough guy heaven. It's in guild name. Alright. Alright. Props to the paladin, dude. He was going in like Rhett, and he was like he had like a kilt on and everything, man. He's not very good gear. Red Valiant address deserves to get 2-shot. Yeah. Had a Twink 60 Elemental Shaman and Kata with full AQ gear. Had Lava Burst and Thunderstorm for kickback, and I could get over 100 HKs in AV. Then Blizzard ruined it for me. Yeah. I remember back in the day, I had a level 60 Twink character that I do AV on. Because like originally when you used to buy the original copy of Classic, and you couldn't level past 60, and so yeah, we'd just do AV all day. It was so much fun. Feeling pretty confident that most people will play what they want, and we won't see a hardcore optimal meta for a bit. Yeah, I think especially just because we don't know what's going to be the best. But I agree. I think the 30% health you get from Way of the Earth is going to be additive to your current health, or additive from your base. Base probably. It's, well, oh, that's actually a good question. Normally those kind of things they end up being like base, because otherwise they can scale like insanely high, but I don't know what their plans are with that. So I guess we'll have to wait and see. Not 100% sure. Not sure how much you talked about this. What do you think are SOD's highest level? I think SOW mean SOD. Highest level items people are gonna prep for phase 2. I think some people will have like profession stuff a little bit lined up for let's actually put on, do I have any more weapon oil? Yeah, I have. And we'll take a Great Arcane. Let's just go total balls to the wall. Interesting. Maybe he just doesn't have the other pieces, but it seems like the boots are decent, but like these gloves are just sad because they don't have any spell stuff. Ooh, nice neck. Yeah, I'd say people will be able to grab some stuff from like professions preparations, but not really like craft the stuff yet, you know? I think some people might do that. But then again, I think a lot of people will probably just like farm raw gold or something like that and then have level 40. Because a lot of the level 40 stuff is going to be just like things in instance content, so I don't know, we'll have to see. It's going to be interesting. I was looking at let's see who it was. I want to give them a shout out. In our Discord server, let's see, Big Keg, he went through and did a bunch of fishing, and the green drops in fishing is pretty underwhelming, but then he did kind of get lucky later on in the day. Maybe it was luck, maybe it was just what it is, but he got 16 mithril boxes, and out of those 16 he had 4 greens, so that's not bad, to be honest. Okay, coming right for me. Oh, dude, let me play. I'm not losing my buffs. Oh my gosh! 3.4k? God damn! Dude, if I cannot imagine if you had like a pocket healer like with PI and you just went around with world buffs in Warsong, it'd be so much fun. Maybe I should try and like hire a priest for later in the week while Warsong Gulch weekend is still happening, because this is just absolutely ridiculous. Can't even fit through the door, I'm too big. They're all in the flag room? Interesting strategy. Oh, I guess they were waiting to fill. Makes sense. I hate when the games are not even. Okay, let's go in there and see what we can do. Thanks, Neutrality. Appreciate it. Dude, Death Scout's got eyes for me. Okay, watch this, watch this, watch this. Oh my gosh! There's something to be said about Druid playstyle, right? Is a lot of fun, but there's something to be said about just classes like this that you just absolutely just destroy people. So like, it's insane. Now you make me want to play Ellie. I'll definitely say it's not always like this, but yeah, it's pretty crazy. And these guys luckily are not very geared. I should have probably went around the... I think I just didn't want to lose my elixir. He was lining me, I couldn't heal him even if I wanted to. It died, Oh no. I need to get mana pots. Bad spot, bad spot. Shit. I didn't like purposely mean to lead him to a bad area. I think he might still be able to get away. Cyrex. Perhaps you can click off immune ranged Earthshock and then re-immune if you want. The problem though is like, well, yeah, actually you can't click off your Rockbiter. You'd have to switch weapons, or you'd have to switch to like Flame Shock. I mean, what am I trying to say? Like Wind Fury or Flame Tongue or whatever. The problem though is the problem with that though is like you're gonna lose the 30% health, so I don't know if it's worth it really to get it ranged. Maybe if you already like have the, you're not too worried about health or something, but yeah, I think that's kind of why they did it that way. You get around some of that. Just absolutely disgusting damage. True. Yeah, if you already were down 30% and you switched over, you'd essentially go to max health. So yeah, I mean there would be like ways to kind of work around it, but well, yeah, I mean if you play Ellie at least at 25, you're basically playing a melee Ellie anyways, because just because of how it's gonna work. You won't really have time to cast spells just because you don't have the talent for the speedy spell cast. I don't know if he went all the way into the tunnel or if he's still up top. There. Oh, I was hoping that the guy would get a bleed on me. Season of Druid, why? It just, every poll that we look at, it's just Druids are very high up on the poll of everyone wanting to play them. So we'll have to see. I just think there's going to be a lot of Druid players, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. It's just different from what we're used to seeing, obviously. Ryomen Sukana. This guy, anime fan or something? I don't know if that's, an anime or something like that. What am I gonna main? I'm gonna main, Druid. It's one of these games, boys. One of these games. Yeah, lightning shield's pretty strong when you have a lot of spell power, for sure. I did not mean to shock the pet like an idiot. Yeah, lightning shield's doing like 400 damage. It's crazy. Bye bye. This class is hard, guys. There's a lot of skill involved when you have this much spell power. Well, you need one feral for every melee group for alliance. True. Why am I maining why am I maining Druid over Ellie? Druid is just what I've always played. And I just like the class a lot, and I think like Ellie's tons of fun to just blow people up, but I kind of like the pace and feeling of playing a Druid. I think it's just like kind of satisfying. Trying to give at least 2 rolls for each class, but I don't know, tank rogue is a little too much for me. That's a little strange. Warlock tank makes a little bit more sense actually than rogue tank to me, just because you already have warlocks tanking in certain situations in classic, but I don't know. God, I swear, man, Mage CS is the most annoying thing ever. Is right up there. Dodged into my grounding. Oh god. I'm gonna play my classic Shaman now. LE PvP was always my fave. Yeah, it's so fun. Definitely a lot of fun. You ever saw any video from a balance PvP? Yeah, I used to face them in like they used to sometimes come into my stream back on Northdale, and they had an Alliance Druid on Northdale, and we'd like duel sometimes. But yeah, if it's the person that if it's the person that you're talking about, I think she's like from EU or something. So I don't think she plays on NA servers, but maybe she does. I don't know. Definitely has like an accent, like a Swedish or something accent. So I think she's probably not on US servers. Yeah, it's her. Yeah, I've seen her videos in the past. I don't have... What? How'd that not get any of them? Little aspect of that going on here. Dead. Uh-oh, he's getting griefed by a mage right now. But I don't know what Blizzard's plans are for level 60, guys, with the changes on SOD. Like, look how bursty I am now, and think of when I have lava burst. Like, it's just, I don't know. They're gonna have to either tweak some things, or maybe they won't tweak anything, and PvP is just gonna be crazy. Like that, it just is so nutty. Like 4k health is like most people's full health, so it's just like a one shot every time if I crit like that. Absolutely bonkers. Yeah, I mean, but Johnny, there's like there's imbalance, but then like people still have fun playing it. Like when I get destroyed by certain classes, like I'm okay with it because I understand this is kind of part of the game, but I'm just hoping that there's some pacing at level 60 on Season of Discovery. Otherwise it's just kind of impossible to play. Dude, what the hell? Might make some new PvP gear with resilience equivalent. Yeah, I think that would be kind of nice, actually. I'd rather it be crazy damage, just increase stam on PvP gear, so you can one-shot guys in bad gear. But once you gear up, you can feel the difference. Yeah, that would be an option too. Because I know, like, then world PvP is kind of like weird, you know? It's like, are you just constantly wearing your resilience gear just in case someone attacks you? I don't know. Damn, I didn't see that guy there. This is bad. I don't know why I put that down. I have nothing for that one. In the future, hopefully I'd at least be able to line some of those polys, but just stuck out here. I didn't know the mages were up here already. Damn, everyone's on our everyone's over here. Oh, because they're on our side. That's hilarious. I hope the SOD finally gives some love to PvP. Only reason I play WoW. Yeah, pretty much the only reason I PvE is to enable PvP, you know? Like, I PvE so that I can get good gear and blow people up, because that's kind of what's fun. I'm a more casual player, not really PvP, but I just enjoy the that class that makes you feel like the time you invest is meaningful, and it's a bit slower for us boomers. Yeah, it has nice pacing, that's for sure. It's just a game to relax and play through. Kind of take it at your own pace. Oh, you got Bobble on your priest and quit raiding. That's definitely one way to do it. Get the nice pieces and then just PvP. Yeah, and I need to figure out how many of you guys are interested in joining a guild, and how many of you, like, I think I need to get like a general sense of, you know, if you have friends that want to come over or whatever. We have like, I have a guild, or I have people that are kind of looking at starting a guild. A lot of people from 2019 that I played with. So kind of a little bit more of a, I don't know, hardcore crowd, I guess. But I'm sure if they had a guild, like anyone would be able to be in it, but they probably would just have multiple raids. But I'd love for us all to be able to play together and go out and PvP in the world together, or, you know, do dungeons, all that kind of stuff would be a lot of fun. Also, let me just double check. Have you guys gotten any ads on this stream? Like even just when you start, even when you just tune in, because I turned off ads and everything, and I wanted to know if it like still does like a pre-roll like you do, like it does sometimes on Twitch. No ads? Okay, cool. I turned off ads. I'm gonna set up the ability so that people can like subscribe, and I think I'm just gonna have the subscriber at $2.99 a month, so it'd be like real cheap. It's just like a easy way of supporting me without me ever running ads. So it's like a decent option for those that want to watch the stream but don't want to deal with ads. Never see ads. I have premium. Yeah, same here. I have YouTube Premium. It's really nice. It's a PvP oriented guild that does PvE out of necessity. I'm hyped. Yeah, I mean it's like it'll have some of those players, like a lot of the people that are going to be in it are people that have been like in the dueling tournaments in the past, or have helped set stuff up with like tips. It's like some well-known people that are all really good like PvPers and whatnot, but good group of guys. Oh, YouTube Premium's cheap in Indonesia. That's nice, dude. I mean, I pay $12 a month for YouTube Premium, and it's still well worth it. I just consume so much YouTube content that it's just like for me, it just made a big difference, at least. But yeah, I was thinking about like if I did a $2.99 option for like members, then I could also just do like you'd get like a little icon next to your name, I think, and then also probably I would just maybe put people at the end of my YouTube videos, and then probably have like a special name thing for in Discord. I don't know if I'd want to do any other perks outside of that, because I don't really like I just felt like it was weird if you get a bunch of other stuff besides that, because then it's just like seems a little too incentive based, and I'd rather people just sub because they want to. Guys, I've done so many ZG runs throughout my life, and I've never ever seen, like, I can actually say I've never seen the Raptor or the Tiger drop in any ZGs, and I've been playing this game, so I might have like literally the worst luck, but I've never seen either mount drop, and I've been doing ZGs for a long time. I never like farmed it to try to get the mount, but just I've done it so many times and never seen it. Same, ran every lockout for years and never seen it. Yeah, I know, it's crazy. I don't know. And then some people is like, yeah, I have it on 2 or 3 characters, and it's like, what the hell? YouTube, premium YouTube and Spotify, I could never go back. Yeah. Well, Spotify, like, I really like Spotify for music, but I've been using YouTube a little bit more recently for music, just because like if my wife and I go to the gym at the same time, we can't, like, I know you can have like Spotify where you can listen with two users at once, but cost more, so we just have never done that. So I just listen to stuff on YouTube, and then I sometimes listen to podcasts on Spotify, but I try, if they have it on YouTube, I just listen to podcasts on YouTube, because on Spotify, like even if you have premium, you still have to listen to ads during the podcast, which is really annoying. You saw the tiger once in OG vanilla, never since. Damn. I mean, that's kind of cool though to be able to say that you saw it back in the day. Season of Druids, you think a lot of people are going to play Druids? I think so, man. Like all the polls for classes, it's always pretty high up on the list as Druids, and I don't know. I think there's a lot of players that are wanting to go Alliance, and then Alliance just has a really big incentive to have Druid players, right? So it's kind of naturally happening. But this guy has a PI. I wonder if he's playing with someone else though. One of these. Well, that's a Resto Sham. I would kind of like to play some Resto games, especially if I knew someone that had a character. The only person I know from the stream that I played with on here is like OG Fear, the Warlock, but it'd be kind of fun to like pocket heal someone one game. Like I know like blowing people up in Warsong as Ellie is tons and tons of fun, but I really do like just like group PvP and like supporting and healing people. And I think that will be a lot of fun to do in Ashen Vale. So we'll have to get a lot of you guys on the same server so we can just go out and PvP together. Don't have any fight in mid. Oh, here's Nigel. Trying to see which target he was hitting so I didn't ruin his fear. Oh my gosh, dude. That guy said sick, and I said, yeah, that's so silly, the damage. I should probably be in that group. No, there's already 2 shamans. Maybe I'll switch with that guy. Give him Wind Fury because he's super geared too. There, I saw it proc. Being overgeared helps. Yeah, 100%. 100%. Am I going Horde? Yeah, that's the plan, guys. That's the plan. I think Horde's a good choice too because I think Alliance is definitely going to be kind of the populated race or faction, and I think, like for example, Horde on this server, we get fast BG queues because there's less Horde players than Alliance. We also have a lot more people out in the world to world PvP against. So I personally think being on the lower, like the faction that has less people, like yeah, the world PvP can kind of suck when you're not wanting to PvP and you're just getting camped, but I think in general, especially if you're like in a guild and you can kind of, like if someone's getting harassed, you guys can like help them out or whatever, but I think it's just in general, it's better than being on the populated side. Hell, is gonna be like 500 druids, yeah, definitely. That's true. Like you could purposely pick a class, like be a warlock or a shadow priest, and you're probably gonna have some good times in PvP. Be open to joining a guild if it lets more casual or social players join too. Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure there will be no issue with that. And even if people are like wanting to do their own thing, join their own guild, or play with their own set of friends, it'd be cool if like we all were on the same server though, because then we could still run stuff together. Hopefully they'll have some sort of... I feel like they're gonna have like a medium amount of servers, like more than hardcore, but I think they're also going to have... Man, this mage is pumping too. Alliance just has not been having fun in these Warsong games. Like, I've won every single one of these games. Double rogue. We'll get Wind Fury down for this guy, and we'll get Strength down for him. And then we'll just kind of try and keep ourselves alive, let him just do work. Try and heal the Druid a little. I'll be NA, yeah. So sorry to my EU friends out there. Even in Classic as Horde, I was always on 60-40 Alliance to Horde servers. Always thought it was weird. You just got unlucky with your selection. Yeah, I think most guilds enjoy having, yeah, like you said, some casual players. I think the only issue that this join could possibly run into is just like getting too full, I guess, like having so many people, but I'm not really sure. And I kind of talked to him the other day, the guy that's kind of trying to put everything together with people, and he more or less said like things are still up in the air. Like this is just like tentative plans. We're seeing who's all wanting to join. He told me I could invite people. And they're just kind of getting a feel for things. Yeah, they did say they like the idea of having fewer servers, just because of server health reasons, and they also said they kind of like increased the server load, like that, like servers will be able to hold more players, so hopefully queue times won't be as big of a deal. And yeah, I don't know. I think I will be honest, I think that there's a good chance that the guild that I'm possibly playing with will try and be on a server that's against like some other big alliance names, like I'm assuming like SFan or Asmongold will probably play on alliance side on a certain server together, and we might be on the opposite side just to try and help with faction balance, but then also it would be really fun for PvP and stuff like that. And I know some people in the past have been really against like quote-unquote streamer servers, but I think in general it actually kind of helps because they're always so alive and there's always so much to do on them. Ideally, I would want one PvP and one PvE server in each region and just layer the shit out of it. Yeah, I mean, that's one way to do it. We'll have to see what they do, though. That just seems... It seems like that's, like, impossible for them to do effectively. Just with how much... Like, even just how much foot traffic will be on the servers, like, for the first few weeks of just people, like, who aren't really going to play it, but just want to see it, if that makes sense. Oh yeah, I said I was going to get mana potions, and I should get a few more grenades. But yeah, again, guys, here is the Discord link to my Discord, our Discord, so we all can hang out and chat. I chatted with a couple of you. It was Nimrod and Ouija's the other day. I chatted with you guys. We had a good conversation, but I kind of think it would be fun to start getting to know you guys a little bit more. And I know some of you guys are like probably like me, and you just kind of lurk, and that's okay. You guys can always just jump in the voice chat after streams and just kind of hang out. It's not like everyone has to be talking. It's kind of just fun to hear from you guys. I forget. Oh yeah, I don't have mana potions there. I don't know if I have any on me. I might have to buy some. True, and Blizzard wants that fat server transfer. Yeah, that's definitely a good point. I'm sure. I can't imagine honestly how much money they make off of services like that. I'm digging the earlier stream to get today, because if you did a disc chat after stream, like last night, I'd be on mobile later tonight. Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, I want to start, once we get closer to SOD, I kind of want to start more of like a quote-unquote schedule for streams, so it's not so... Right now it's just very up in the air with like what's going on in my day. Like I'm going to a hockey game tonight, so I couldn't stream as late in the evening as sometimes I do, so I just was kind of planning around that. There's been so much money in Classic, a handful of servers died halfway through for transfers. Yeah, I know. It's crazy. Or all those people that like during phase 2 were like, you know, all this, like, they got burnt out with PvP, so as soon as transfers were available, they just pieced out. I don't know. I feel like Alliance on this server, sadly, in PvP oftentimes in Warsong is like kind of under geared, and then they just give up pretty quickly. But I will say, guys, as a Horde player for Season of Discovery, I do think there is something to be said about Ret Feral Druid at 25. I bet people are going to have a lot of fun with that. My brain, it just like, when I hear that viper sting noise, it triggers something like primal in me. AV meta killed worse on Gulch. Yeah, it's frustrating. The AV stuff, like, I can't blame people, but it's also super annoying. Like, when I was ranking in the first season of Mastery, it was all pretty much AV too, and it's like really starts getting boring after a while because you're just basically PvEing. I don't mind if I think AV should be really strong on AV weekend, but so should the other battlegrounds, and it's not normally like that. I had a new idea for 25 disc world PvP today at work that I'm excited about. Oh yeah, we'll have to hear about it. I'm curious if you can get away with, like, at 25, you might just run into too many mana issues, but I was going to say some kind of, like, Mindflay hybrid build that you know, sometimes you kind of see priests playing that at 60, where they're, like, they go down to silence. But I was wondering if, like, you could kind of hybrid play it with penance, because gives you kind of the option to be offensive or defense with it that you play it. Also curious as to the mana cost of spells like penance. I would hope it's like a pretty decent chunk, but it also heals for a pretty decent chunk, so it's like a trade-off. Like, maybe it's not super mana efficient, but you use it in like those situations where you don't really have time to sit there and get off a full cast. You dislike AV, then start playing defense and recapping towers. It makes it pretty fun. Yeah, that's true. The only problem is, like, a lot of times the alliance just like zerg around in a big group now because Horde players were doing that, and so now it's just like even harder to make that happen. I'd say this is a pretty one-sided game. The Mindflay Silence or Trispec is loved by a lot of people, but everyone agrees the mana issues for it sucks. Oh, okay, okay. Hey, it might have better mana now in SOD though. It'll be interesting to see. Do you think there'll be too many Druids playing now? I mean, I don't know about too many, but I think it's definitely going to be like in Classic, you don't really see a whole lot of them, but I think now you will definitely see a lot of them. Oh my god. I feel like I can't make this jump as troll. I was trying to get Skelly. Okay, now I need to get slow off. It's just me in general, guys. Just in time for a Zerker to run out. "45 megabyte update on my classic client. Let the data mining begin." Ooh, nice. that'll be interesting to see if anything anything juicy is found. What's your best guess at the first starter rune in SOD for Druid? I'm pretty sure it would, like, if you... We can take a look real fast during this queue. Pull it up. I need to get my... I need to make this a little easier for me to do on stream, but if we look at, like, the runes, most of them are for later level stuff. So I could see either Sunfire, Star Surge, or Fury of the Storm Mage. I hope it's Fury of the Storm Mage, just because that would help us so much with mana at low levels, and it would just speed up leveling a lot. Because, like, the 1 to 10 stuff is pretty, like, just, I don't know, slow and kind of grindy. So that'd be a cool one to get. But yeah, some of them are, like, you definitely can tell they wouldn't be, because, like, you need to have, like, a cat form or whatever. So seems like gloves would be first. Could be. Yeah, so I think it'd be Sunfire or Fury of Storm Mage is my guess. It's possible it's Star Surge, but that just seems like a kind of later in the game kind of thing. It would make 1 to 10 bearable. I like the pun. But yeah, it would make it a lot smoother, especially for Tauren Druids who have a smaller mana pool than Night Elves. Night Elves actually, like, leveling as balance in the early game feels so much better than Tauren. You can get off quite a few more spells before you go Saw an interesting warrior build today based around Quick Strike. Okay. Yeah, guys, if you want to share any builds at any point, just share it in the gear and spec links in Discord, and we can always take a look at those. But I think this is kind of what I'm looking at for my Druid. Obviously, these shoulders are, like, just a shot in the dark. Probably won't get them. I honestly might just use Feline Mantle just for the extra int. Because if you look at the other ones, they're also, most of them are kind of, you have to get lucky with. So I honestly might just go this route. I mean, you still get you get 2 agility on them. It's not horrible. Like the other shoulders, the highest you can get pretty much is like 6. Like, you could take these, but those are pure offensive stats. I probably would do something like those if anything, but I don't know. A lot of options for Druid, obviously, just how you want to play it. The Night Elf zones are very beautiful too over the Tauren, in your opinion. Yeah, the Night Elf ones are have a nice feel, but also, I don't know, Mulgore is kind of, I like Mulgore as like a zone in terms of looks. The only problem about Mulgore is, like, it's so big that you're just like, there's a lot of running, so you kind of have to do some traveling in Mulgore, which makes things a little slow. Yeah, Mulgore is definitely comfy. Your favorite zones are the big open ones like Nagrand. Yeah, Nagrand was a nice one. Tauren equals Supreme Master Race. Yeah. The other thing too, guys, is I know some of you have asked in the past, what's the difference between, is there any difference between male and female Tauren? And yeah, there's like a slight, for female, there's a slight hitbox reduction. So if you really like to PvP or flag run, technically female Tauren is a little better. Not by much, but yeah, it is slightly better. I'm still not sure exactly what I want to play. I just feel like, I don't know, female Taurens look better on mounts, and male Taurens I think look better just standing around in game. But also female Taurens have some nice casting animations. I might just go female just because of the benefits. But Fox is the same in animal forms, same as Night Elf though. Yeah, it should be. But since you're constantly switching out a form for roots and stuff, it does make a difference in the end. And also, if you some of the jumps I think are a little bit easier on a female. It might just be like, for me though, just like the way it looks. But then again, a lot of people just are chugging noggin foggers, so it doesn't really matter too much. I'm not sure about the or actually the PvP Battleground. I think they said something like 20 to 25. So it's going to be, I assume, 10 to 19 and then 20 to 25. It'll probably just be the same. Honestly, it's probably just the same one. It just, you can only queue to, or your max will be 25, so. Which will be kind of weird. It won't be end game, so you could get some lower level players in your Battleground, even though you're like best in slot at 25. You said before Classic WoW that you'd play female, but then went male anyway. Yeah. Oh, you posted the link? Okay. Okay. Yeah, these boots seem so strong. These boots just seem like the choice for sure. The awesome wand. A 50% chance to gain focus casting. Do you think the 1 point in mental agility is worth it over a second in martyrdom? I'm not really sure. I guess it depends on how much pushback you really think you're gonna get at 5. Like hunter pets and stuff might be annoying, but you also probably would take a crit and get it fairly fast with a 50% chance, but maybe not, I don't know. Oh, just try it. Okay, try more instant cast stuff, I see. Oh yeah, true, because I forgot you have paramending. Nice. And this seems like a lot of damage. For an instant, like this seems actually really strong. Especially, well, I wonder the mana cost of this, right? Mana cost, this might be a little different. But now I'm kind of picking up the mental agility thing a little more. I get that. Worse on Q. Yeah, I mean, it looks pretty solid. I think a lot of these classes, it's just going to come down to a mana thing, right? It's going to be like, man, that spell seems so good, but then you look at the mana cost and maybe it will dissuade people from spamming it as much or using it quite as often. I don't know. Yeah, Void Plague looks strong too. Why did you call your video session, or why did you call your video Season of Druids? It seems like a lot of people are going Druid. So we'll have to see, but my plan is to play Druid. So even if there's tons of people, we're gonna run with it. This guy is kitted out. He's min-maxing for that 1 agility for PvE instead of the stam. Trust me, will be the bottom 3 in terms of popularity. I don't know. Everyone that's been taking any class polls, it's almost across the board has been #1. So and there's a huge demand for them now on Alliance side. Yeah, it definitely, I liked it being a more niche in Classic too. Like the funny thing is I recognized this druid from the other day in my AV game. Just that's how few druids you see. So I kind of like that about Classic too. I think warriors are going to be really. I don't think many people are going to play warriors in the first phase at level 25, to be honest. Even if they plan to main them, just because I think warriors are going to be weak at 25. But I get what you're saying. I don't think you can take those polls as like 100% the evidence you need. I think a lot of people are hyped up for things, and they're, you know, and then maybe once they get in a guild and they see like, oh, we're full on this class, and they might switch, or maybe their friend group's like, no, we need this. It just, the size of stuff kind of works itself out a little bit in the later on in the game. Wow, I didn't get a single crit. Sad. What do you think about Shaman Enhance? I mean, I personally really, I think Enhance looks a lot of fun, and I actually think, like, I think that dual wield Enhance sounds fun to me personally. I would play that probably over two-handed, even if they make both viable. I just like the weapon options that you have as two-hand, or I mean as dual wield. We need to help this guy big time. Damn, he has a small health pool. How's the new weapon treating me? It's been amazing, man. I popped a Supreme Flask, and we have just been pumping in BGs today. It's been pretty fun. Want to go one-shot this FC. I think it was this guy that had. He has rocket help, or if he's already used it. I fought this guy earlier. He's not very good. He does not have very good gear. Walk over. The new epics at 25 for crafting could change the game. Cloth ones seem really strong, man. Cloth boots seem super fun for PvP. Okay, he should probably go cap. Go get the flag, go get the flag. He doesn't see, he doesn't notice. He doesn't notice. Oh, he dropped the flag. Oh my gosh, he dropped the flag. I think he stealthed and then ruined it for himself. Flag right down the middle. Yeah, no Zerker Rage equals free kills for Lux. Yeah, I think Warrior's just gonna have a hard time at 25. I think some people will play it still, but it's not gonna be an easy one. What? I thought that was our guy for a second there. Where'd my team go? Like none of them followed me. I guess they were all just killing the EFC. I think shamans will be really good at as a tank in SOD. Yeah. We were kind of talking about that in Discord. Well, I was more just listening or watching people talk about it, and then I kind of weighed in at the end. But when Svan tanked at 25 on stream, he was like running into a lot of mana issues, so I don't know. But I also feel like he was kind of distracted by streaming at BlizzCon, and I don't think he was like really doing things exactly the way he should have. But they seem to be holding threat really easily. There's a plus. Why? There's just so many rogues in this game. Probably should. Yeah, the boots are crazy big for PvP. Actually, just leave him. He's boom. Yeah, I definitely am playing Druid for SOD. Don't have any grenades left, even though I said I was gonna get some. Play Pally with no Seal of Justice, you running away. Well, Seal of Justice doesn't work like that in Classic. That's a TBC thing. Go. Druid tanks look like they're going to be great with tanking runes. Yeah, pretty strong and beefy for sure. We'll have to see how they tune everything up though. If they make changes to dungeons and everything, it could be a little bit different. Yeah, in Classic, Seal of Justice is kind of more of like a PvE ability, which I think is why they changed it in TBC, and it then gave them a little bit of a way to this guy. No, don't. He dodged my attack. He had dodged my. There we go. He dodged my melee attack. Oh my gosh. Or Cur under pressure, yeah. This is a weird game. We've just like, it's been back and forth, a bunch of returns. Might get it here though. I know why they haven't capped yet, actually. He prepped when he stealthed. Interesting. What do you think will be good gold making at 25? I think alk farming, reaction potions. I mean, I don't know. We'll have to see how many people are actually using free action potions at 25. It might not be quite as many people as we think. I don't know. I don't know, really. It's hard to say what is going to be good. I think a lot of professions now are going to get some love from players in general. Like, more people will be playing them just because of the changes they made to professions. So, I don't know. I don't really know. We'll have to see. I feel like anything I say about money-making stuff is just speculation, so I've kind of held a little bit back on that because I'm not really quite sure what's going to be the best. Problems is Druid tanks will want Wind Fury, but it shares rune with a crit immune. Yeah. You'll just have to kind of definitely one's more PvE and one's more PvP. And then obviously if you want Wind Fury and PvP, you just gotta make some sacrifices. How'd this guy get back so fast? I just killed him. Wow. Well, that was some damage for sure. Only being able to go to 25, I see people making 3 tunes off the jump and having multi-professions since seed running will not be a thing. Yeah, and I mean, the other thing too to consider is like we don't know exactly how much money is going to be like, I don't know, in the economy, if that makes sense. Like, if tons of people are farming stuff, it might be it might be that like prices for things start to get quite expensive, and then you could make a case for like selling things on the auction house. But if people don't have a lot of gold, then they don't have much gold to spend on things, and then at that point it might end up being that like farming raw materials or farming things that you can just vendor might be better option. That's why it's like kind of speculation. And I think like some of the best farms people will discover at 25. Like we won't really know about them right now. No, yeah, I think Ellie is going to be kind of meh at 25, just because you can get lava burst with any spec, so you actually might as well be just like enhancement or resto, and Ellie doesn't really benefit from anything until you can get down to get the faster cast with lightning bolt. We're just PvEing out here. I've done this whole 1.5 hour stream so far without any mage water. I just keep running to the... I keep forgetting about it, and then I just run to the leaf. Ends up taking about the same amount of time anyways. At 25, I don't think Lock is going to be quite as crazy as people think, yeah. But I think later in the game, if they don't have anything that is added to other players' runes, I think Locks will be really strong later in the game. But yeah, a lot of the caster classes just aren't really that strong at the lower levels. This guy doesn't kick. Prediction is Hunters and Rogues will be best DPS at 25. And Pallies, yeah, rep Pallies. Yeah, I could see that. Yeah, I think Hunters are going to be very strong, like you're saying. I think for me as a Druid player, I believe free action potions would be the best to farm gold. You can farm in the Barrens and Seal form with 40% movement. The Oily Fish and Strangle Kelp in the same spot. Yeah, that's true. Or actually, another one to think about. I know even if you're Horde, you could do it. It might be a little bit more challenging as Wetlands. The coast of Wetlands is really nice. I think they just have a lot of people on defense for whatever reason. They're just... I know there's that Warlock in there just having grand old time. The problem with Hunter DPS is the pets do a great deal of damage and they suffer at raids because pets don't have the same mechanics. I hope the pet scaling fix it. Yeah, I think it probably will. I didn't know he was coming out of the tunnel. Taking speed then. Figures. Why is it every time though? Every time I'm about to use... Why is it every time I use Elemental Mastery I get killed? It just always seems that way. Always seems that way. How come we haven't seen Druid gameplay on the streams? I don't have a Druid. I have my Druid I never copied over. We can go look at my Druid on Wrath servers. He's level 69, I think. Might be fun to go look at his gear though. Keck 69, yeah. Well, I had all that really good gear from Nax and everything, and I was like, well, maybe I'll just do Battlegrounds, because I had already leveled to like level 62 or something, and I was just like, man, I don't really care about TVC. And I was like, well, maybe I'll just like do PvP at like 69, but it wasn't in the cards. My shock did 2.2k damage to him. That's ridiculous. You ask for it, BB. Shamanistic Rage is not going to give enough mana back to make it worth it. Oh, outside of, what, Call of Earth? Or Earth, whatever. Now they just nerfed Mage Healer 5 minutes after you cast a heal, your damage spells are 50% weaker. Yeah. Way of Earth, yeah. I mean, to be honest though, like, you still can use your frost spells, so you'll still be able to slow people. I mean, which is like, if you're healing on a mage, you shouldn't really like be worried about your frost damage, right? We're talking about it would be good for PvP. Yeah, I think the tanking rune will be really, really strong for PvP. Shamanistic Rage will have like will be a good one to choose from as well, depending on like how you're playing, and like if you're playing in more of like a group situation and you want some like a big cooldown to use if like you get opened on by a rogue, or I think there's situations where that one will be better, but yeah, Mage's kit looks pretty strong. You were right with it being a world PvP meta melee going to suffer. I've been messing around on a 25 priest the last few days in wetlands to get a feel for it, and melee really suffers. Yeah, but if well, priest has always been pretty strong at low levels, but if you get some uptime, on some of the melee characters, like a rogue. A rogue with some good weapons is going to be pretty annoying. I think it's important for people to go out and probably farm some anti-venom so you can get out of those crippling poisons. Have I tried tanking with a lock? No, I haven't got to play any SOD. That's what you're asking, and I've never tanked on a lock in Classic Era. Who's the least gear dependent for PvP? Mage is pretty gear. Mage doesn't really rely on gear like crazy. Like you can do a lot of really good plays with a mage in pretty bad gear. I'd say other classes like you just definitely still need to have some decent gear, but I'd say mage for sure. It's like, I mean, obviously gear on a mage is amazing, and if you don't have much gear and you get attacked, you're gonna die easier, but you still can make a lot of big plays. Hunter or rogue for least gear? Yeah, maybe. Maybe you could say hunter, but I don't know about rogue. You could try and like, I don't know. You could just be a nuisance, but you're gonna die pretty easily, and you won't really have much. Like, one thing that makes rogues kind of strong in PvP is they get you on the back foot so quickly. You have to start playing defensively like so fast. But if the person doesn't have very much gear, then like they're kind of tickling you, and you're able to like play offensively a lot quicker. Melee needs HP, yeah. Rogues have combo videos of killing people naked. Yeah, but I feel like a lot of that comes down to just like, I don't know. I guess, yeah, if you use every single cooldown and the person doesn't have a PvP trinket on or doesn't really know what they're doing. Druids will be the new warriors. Be ready to roll alongside 5 other druids for gear. Yeah, we'll have to see. Yeah, HCR. I'm curious to see how Mage does. One thing that I think is really interesting about Mage too is like they have the. I actually need that one. The interesting thing about mages though is they need, or they have that. Let's see this one. Let me show you guys. So they have Arcane Surge, which everyone's looking at it as like a DPS ability, but I know you'd be like giving up some things, but you could also use this just as like a mana back. Like if you're really low on mana, then you can use it, and it says afterwards your normal mana regen is activated and increased by 300% for 8 seconds. So it's like you could use that as like a mini Evo kind of thing. That's how I see it. Like you could use it as burst, obviously, but the fact that you could use that as like a little Evo is pretty cool. Weapon instead. I think a lot of people are saying they're going to play Druid. They're going to play Druid, and they're just going to realize that the class isn't really what they're expecting. That's just my bet on things. We shall see, but I could see that being kind of how it goes. They're really strong in a PvE sense just because of Wind Fury Totem for Druids is like why a lot of people will probably play them. But outside of that, I don't know how many people are going to enjoy the playstyle. Because I still don't think you're going to just be able to go like toe-to-toe with someone. I think you're still going to have to play it kind of a little bit more hybrid-y. Ooh, wouldn't that be great? This would probably be like the most damage in the world if we could do that. Zerker. No, don't ruin my fun, please. I want to kill the guy with Zerker, that'd be so fun. Cat DPS was frustrating to play. I'd rather tank as bear. Yeah, I don't know. I think Cat DPS might play differently now. I don't know. I don't know if power shifting will still be as strong as it once was, or if it will even really be a thing. Just like it depends on how Savage Roar works and all that goodness. Okay, what's all this? I'm gonna leave. That's too many people. It didn't fall off in Shapeshift and Wrath Lich King? Interesting. We'll have to see what they decide to do. I mean, you pretty fast from shifting, but that's kind of like the whole point of like power shifting and all that. You have to, you know, use a distilled wisdom flask, or you're popping, you know, dark runes and drinking drinking mana potions and stuff. Oh, you love to see it. You love to see it, guys. That is good stuff right there. Just one shot a flag carrier. Nice job, yeah. Be a lot more interested with keeping your dots and Savage Roar up. Shred, got boring. Yeah, I think it'll be interesting if bleeds are really strong, which it's kind of looking that way. It would give the class actually like a kind of a decent rotation and everything, which could be fun. Push it to the limit. As we have 14 minutes left on this flask, we really need to get as much enjoyment out of this as we can. We should do a gold per minute estimate on this. I need to go drink. Get the leaf. Pizza and chill stream feels good. Yeah, this has been this is one of those streams that I probably will look back to every once in a while. Watch some of these crits that I've gotten in this game. Been pretty fun with the flask for sure. I can't imagine having like having world buffs and then being like pocketed by a priest with PI or something would be just absolutely insane. The flasks are, I think I picked this one up for like 500 and something gold, like 530, which is ridiculous obviously, but like I did a ZG Gdkp and I got 1500. So interesting. He just randomly spell locked me. Dog's on another level today. 1 second, guys. Okay, sorry. She was just going crazy. Grounded the Hodge. And I'm dead. How much real money do you have to spend on gold? Oh, I mean, I'd hope that none of you guys are spending any money on gold, but I mean, all my money I just get through, actually, let's see. I think it shows in here, yeah, PvP. Or where, doesn't it show trade log? Oh yeah, here. So I got 1,500 from Tits McGee. That was from the Gdkp. This is just tipping people for things, or I was paying for runs, and then I got another, oh yeah, 3,500 was from like some 40 man and then another 40 man. I mean, people, you can make good money in Gdkps, especially like I don't really buy anything in them. So you make a lot, but it's just like the economy is in this game is just completely destroyed. Gdkp equals real money. I mean, it definitely isn't for probably 80% of the players in the raid, but then yeah, I mean some of the buyers 100% are buying gold. But the problem is, regardless of if you interact with the economy in any ways, like say you're completely against Gdkps, right? Which I totally understand, and if they were not in the game, I would be totally happy with that. However, they are in the game, so you can say, it's kind of like making the argument where you say, hey, you don't have to run them. Well, that's totally true. However, if I decide to farm gold by killing, you know, if I farm Winterfall consumes for melee, it's like I'm selling those on the auction house to people that got money in Gdkps or people that bought gold. So it's like no matter how you interact with the economy on Classic Era, you're dealing with dirty money essentially. So it's frustrating, and I wish Blizzard actually stood up and did something about it, but at the moment they don't. So maybe I was thinking about this the other day, and it's like a little teeny wish in the wide world, but maybe with them switching things over onto the new servers. Maybe they have some plans going forward in terms of botting, but who knows? Who really knows? Yeah, exactly. I mean, all the money that you get from those subs, it's like Blizzard doesn't really feel the need to do as much about it. Because most of the players run Gdkp, it's hard to find any soft res raids. Yeah, like actually the problem too is like I can do, like, I do Nax and it's just a loot council, but they just stopped doing, we were doing AQ40 loot council, but they just stopped doing that because people didn't have the interest in coming anymore because they would just go and sign up for like they had good enough gear, so then they just sign up for Gdkps. So it's like a geared person has no incentive to do a soft res run, right? If they don't need any gear, there's no incentive for those people to do it. So the problem too is, like, if you find a soft res run, a lot of times you run into tons of issues, or players are horribly geared and don't know how to play, or you're like wiping in ZG just because it's all people that really desperately need gear, so they'll be like in greens. So it's just like it's like a bigger issue outside of the Gdkp stuff. It's like there's no incentive for someone who's geared to continue to raid, and so that's where the gold comes in. I don't know. It's a hard thing to combat and fix, especially now that it's popular. Buying gold is #1 problem for WoW. I mean, I 100% agree. And the funny thing is, too, we talked about this before. This guy loves me. We talked about this before. It's like, he just threw his title charm into a DR'd stun because he stun charged me and grenaded me, so it did nothing. Yeah, I'd say that there's not really a good solution, if that makes sense, because you have players that buy gold and then Blizzard kind of turns the other way, so then it's just almost, it's not incentivized to do it, but it's like kind of whatever. And then the problem is you have tons of players, like I've noticed this on this server, and I don't know if it's just like a player-based thing or something, but like there's so many people that don't even know like how their class works, what they're doing. Like it seems like they've never played the game before, and it's true there might be some new players, but I think a lot of it comes down to just people like boosting. They pay to boost, then they pay to get gold. Then they pay for, they use that gold to buy items in Gdkps, and then you have this character that's like actually well geared, and then they're playing horribly, and so it's like, it's just weird. Do I do it? Do it. Can't let a moment like that go to waste. Yeah, boosting is bad for sure. Which I think, honestly, regardless of what they were attempting to do with phasing stuff, I think capping at level 25 and then 40 and 50, it reduces the likelihood that people will feel the need to boost, because it's like, I don't know, it's just 25, and then it's just 25 to 40, and there's going to be tons of people playing at that level bracket, so the world will be alive. There'll be lots of people that are willing to join up for dungeons or do quests, and I think that's actually super great for like leveling kind of cadence, and not making people that kind of have a life and have to go, say, have a job or, you know, do things outside of the game. It doesn't make them feel like they get so far behind. Streamers definitely contributed to it. Yeah, no doubt. I mean, there's a lot of people, there's a lot of streamers that get their hand held through things, or they get boosted through stuff, and then when other players see that, they're like, "Yeah, that's actually pretty effective. Maybe I'll do that." I don't know if that's this guy's CS. I think it was. He's just PvEing me. Oh, shield slam. Now he has silence. What is this guy doing? People too worried about fear of missing out, always wanting to be first. Yeah. And then people have to understand that it doesn't matter. There is like a popular streamer who doesn't play WoW as his main game. He plays something else. And in 2019, he was in our guild, and we ran, oh my god, this guy again. And we did MC, and he got Choker of the Fire Lord, and people were like saying that, like, oh, you better not quit, blah blah blah. And then it's like he literally played for another like week or so, and then never played the game again. So it's like you run into, I don't know. That was a lot of Classic though. A lot of streamers just jumped on it because it was the big game to stream. And yeah, they get like handouts and everything is frustrating. No, it wasn't Shroud. Shroud actually kept playing the game for a long time. He was in Sony Digital's guild. Like I think it was called like Hero or something like that. Rick did the same thing, except it was Nelth tier. Yeah. And there was a lot of like, even in our guild as well, there was a lot of like retail players that like went super, super hard. They were one of the first people to get level 60, and then they like played for like another week or so, and then like just completely stopped. And it was, yeah. It's like WoW is definitely not like is not a race by any means. Like it doesn't really, there's not really any huge benefit for like people. Okay, for example, here's one. Okay guys, we have to get to level 25 as fast as we can, so we can make sure that we get in one of those first 3-day lockouts, right, for our gear, because that's just equals more gear that we're gonna all be able to get. And then it's like, well, it doesn't really matter that much, like 25 is not end game. That gear is going to become obsolete after a little while, and that's kind of the way it is with all of Classic too. Like you look at no. Too many casters there. I was gonna try and one-shot that guy. Problem is SOD is what to play. Yeah. Can't decide between warrior, priest, or hunter. If you want to play warrior, like say that's your plan to play warrior as your main, I would just like realize at 25 it's not going to be that much fun. I mean, you might be pleasantly surprised, but I would just be like, I'd be like expecting that it's not going to be that great. Hunter at 25 will probably be extremely fun. Oh, we lost our flask, guys. I just realized that. Something felt different. Why is it not letting me, Okay. Yeah, the flask was carrying me hard, guys. It was definitely a great time with the flask. I think maybe what I'll try and do is I'll try and I'm kind of busy tomorrow, so my stream tomorrow will probably be really kind of like short and sweet, but I think tomorrow the next day, I think probably on Sunday I will try to find a priest that wants to do Warsong Gulch and just get some buffs and go in there and just go crazy. Yeah, please line your healer. Line your healer. That's a great idea. I don't know what he was thinking going over here. Feel so weak without the flask, guys. Like, my damage is so low. I'm also thinking about when season ends and we clone to White Mane. Yeah, I'm not sure how they'll do that with the runes. I think they've kind of said they're not sure either yet, which is... We gotta pull this win out. Not gonna lie, you make Ellie look really fun. Yeah, I mean, well, any class is super fun when you're geared and you can just destroy people. But yeah, I get what you're saying. Definitely, like if I had equivalent gear on a druid, it definitely wouldn't feel the same, you know. Definitely different. Okay, there's the FC, and I think he doesn't have that great a gear. I think we can make this work. Been in AV every day since the honor rework. Nice. Honestly, if that guy was in my game on the line side, I'd be like, oh my gosh, you are literally throwing for us. It's like a green geared prot warrior. I'd be so frustrated with that. I'd be like, what are you doing here, dude? You are contributing nothing. But in all fairness, it's AV or AB, excuse me. All the ones that I said were not it. It's Warsong Gulch weekend, so I get it. He's trying to have fun. Let's go turn in some marks as we kind of wind things down. Just a show of hands in the chat, and this would be just like you putting a 1 in the chat. How many of you are interested in, like, you don't have a guild, and you're interested in possibly joining a Horde guild? I just kind of want to see general numbers. I wouldn't be running it. I would be a part of it, and yeah. Or around 4, you guys. Okay, yeah. Then I mean, if it's like ooh, going Horde on PvE. Interesting choice. Interesting choice. Yeah. So here's the Discord, guys. For my Discord, and then I probably will post a guild kind of invite or general overview of stuff in the next few days. And then if, like, say you have a few friends that you really like playing with and they also don't have a guild, possible that I'd be able to help get them in as well. I don't really think there'll probably be many qualifications, but there might be some qualifications later on down the road if they like set up raid teams. But also, if you guys are going to roll with like your own guild or whatever, I will definitely let you guys know what server I'm gonna go before everything's released. So if you guys do want to kind of try and get on that server, it'd be awesome, because then we could all just, like, you know, do war songs together, do Ashenvale PvP, do dungeons, all that kind of stuff. So it's more fun when you have other people, you know, that are in the same kind of, I don't know, mindset for Classic. You'll be in Hawaii for the next 2 weeks, so it'll be late to SOD. No worries, man. Enjoy Hawaii. That'll be a fun vacation. Okay, guys. Well, we had fun with that flask. Like I said, I have a hockey game to go to tonight, and then tomorrow I have my little sister convinced me of her to volunteer for like this I don't know. It's like cleaning up some weeds in the foothills. So I'll be going up there to take care of some invasive species and walk around all day, getting sweaty and dirty. So should be interesting. But I'll probably be on in the evening for a little bit. It'll probably be a short one tomorrow, and then, like I said, Sunday I'll try and set up something where we do war song and we have like a priest and we can get PI and everything, because I think that would be a lot of fun. In term for what time the raids would be, I have zero idea. I'm in the dark on that one, to be honest. Farming Hillsbrad? Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna go farm some weeds in Hillsbrad, level up my herbalism. So anyways, guys, thanks for tuning in, hanging out, chatting. It was